He failed again. Same dream, same effort, same result. Failure. And yet, he did not stop. Because deep inside, he believed something very simple. This is not the end of my story. Most people quit after one failure. Some try twice, then stop. A few try again and again but slowly lose hope. But there are rare people who continue, even when nothing is working, even when no one believes in them, even when life gives them every reason to quit. This is a story about one such man. A man who had no special talent, no powerful connections, no easy path. Only one thing, a decision to never give up. His name was Michael. Michael was not born into success. He grew up in a small, quiet town. His family was simple. They worked hard just to live a normal life. From a young age, Michael had a dream. Not a clear dream, not a detailed plan, just a feeling that his life could be more, that he could do something meaningful. But there was one problem. He didn't know how. In school, Michael was average. Not the best, not the worst, just there. He saw other students succeed easily. They understood things faster. They spoke with confidence. They seemed sure about their future. But Michael? He felt lost. He tried to focus. He tried to improve. But every time he failed, a voice inside him said, "Maybe you are not good enough." And slowly, that voice became louder. Have you ever felt this? You try your best, but the results don't match your effort. And then your mind starts talking. Why am I even trying? What's the point? I will never make it. Michael felt the same, many times. But something inside him refused to accept defeat. It was not confidence. It was not motivation. It was something deeper. A quiet resistance. A small voice saying, "Try one more time." So he did. After school, Michael decided to learn a skill. He didn't know which one. He just chose something simple. Communication. He wanted to speak better, express better, connect better. But even this was difficult. When he spoke, he made mistakes. People corrected him. Sometimes they laughed. Sometimes they ignored him. And every time it happened, he felt small, very small. One day, after a bad experience, he went home and sat alone. No phone, no music, just silence, and a heavy feeling in his chest. He looked at himself in the mirror and asked one question. Should I stop? That moment was important because most people stop right there. They don't see results. They feel pain and they quit. But Michael did something different. He asked another question. What if I don't stop? That question changed everything because now he was not focused on failure. He was focused on possibility, and possibility gives you strength. So he made a decision, a simple one. I will improve slowly, not fast, not perfect, just slowly. The next day he started again. He practiced speaking. He read out loud. He listened carefully. He repeated words again and again and again. Some days were good. Most days were hard. Progress was slow, very slow. Sometimes it felt like nothing was changing, but something was happening. Not outside, inside. He was building patience. He was building discipline. He was building belief. Even when results were not visible. This is the part most people don't understand. Success is not built when things are easy. It is built when things are hard, and you continue anyway. Months passed, then a year. Michael was still not perfect, but he was better. Slightly more confident. Slightly more clear. Slightly more strong. One day, he got a small opportunity. Someone asked him to speak in front of a few people. Just a small group. Nothing big. But for Michael, it felt huge. His mind started again. What if I mess up? What if they judge me? What if I fail again? The same old thoughts. The same fear. But this time, he didn't run away. He accepted the fear and said, I will try anyway. The day came. He stood in front of people. His hands were shaking. His voice was not perfect. He made mistakes. But something surprising happened. People listened. Not because he was perfect, but because he was real. After he finished, there was silence for a moment. Then, a small clap. Then more. Then, everyone. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. But for Michael, it meant everything. Because for the first time, he saw proof. Proof that effort matters. Proof that growth is real. Proof that he was not good enough. He was just not ready before. But now, he was becoming ready. From that day, he continued, not because it was easy, but because he had seen what is possible. Let's pause for a moment. Think about your own life. How many times did you stop just before something could change? How many times did you quit because progress was slow? How many times did you believe, I can't do this? This is where most dreams end. Not because people are not capable, but because they don't continue long enough. Michael's journey was not special. That is the truth. What made it powerful was his consistency, his decision to not stop. Let's go deeper into the psychology. Why do people give up? It's simple. Because the brain wants comfort. Your brain is designed to avoid pain. So when something feels difficult, your brain says, stop, rest, quit. It wants to protect you. But growth is not comfortable. Learning is not comfortable. Change is not comfortable. So, if you always listen to your brain, you will stay the same. That's why discipline is important. Discipline means doing something, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when there is no immediate reward. Michael understood this slowly. Not in one day, not in one moment, but through experience. Every time he wanted to quit, and didn't, he became stronger. Every time he failed, and tried again, he became better. This is how real growth works. Not big changes. Small actions. Repeated daily. Now, let me tell you something important. You don't need to be perfect to start. You don't need to be confident to try. You don't need to be ready to begin. You just need to take one step, then another, and slowly, your path becomes clear. Michael's life did not change overnight, but over time, it transformed. He started getting better opportunities. He spoke with more confidence. He connected with more people. He grew, not because he was the best, but because he stayed. He stayed when it was hard. He stayed when it was slow. He stayed when it felt impossible. And that made all the difference. Let me give you something practical. If you feel like giving up, do this. First, reduce the pressure. Don't think about big success. Think about small progress. Instead of saying, I need to be perfect, say, I just need to improve a little. Second, focus on consistency, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but consistency stays. Do something every day, even if it's small. Third, change your self-talk. Your words matter. If you say, I can't do this, your mind believes it. If you say, I am learning, your mind supports it. Simple change, big difference. And finally, be patient. Growth takes time. Real change takes time. Don't rush your journey, because slow growth is still growth. Now let's come back to Michael. Years later, he stood on a bigger stage. More people, more pressure. But this time, he was calm. Not because fear disappeared, but because he had faced it many times. He spoke clearly. He spoke with confidence. He spoke with meaning. And when he finished, the applause was louder, longer, stronger. But the real victory was not the applause. It was the journey from doubt to belief, from fear to courage, from stopping to continuing. And here is the most important truth. Michael did not win because he was special. He won because he did not quit. And that means you can do it too. Yes, you, the one listening right now, the one who feels stuck, the one who feels slow, the one who feels unsure. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to continue. Even when it's hard, even when it's slow, even when no one is watching. Because one day, it will make sense. One day, you will see progress. One day, you will be proud. And on that day, you will realize something powerful. Giving up was never the answer. Continuing was. Always.
So take a breath.
Start again. And this time, don't stop.